Al Capone, or Alfonso Gabriel Capone, was born in the Brooklyn neighborhood of New York in 1899, in a family that had emigrated from Italy to the United States. At that time, criminal life and gangs were widespread within the Italian community, especially in New York. This led the young Capone to leave school and engage in criminal activities from an early age. One night, Al Capone got into a fight with gangster Frank Gallucci, who slashed his face with a knife, leaving a visible scar that would accompany him throughout his life and earn him the nickname Scarface. At the age of 20, Capone moved to Chicago at the invitation of one of the biggest Italian Mafia bosses, Johnny Torrio, who would eventually become Al Capone's mentor. In 1925, Johnny Torrio was the target of an assassination attempt and was seriously injured. He then handed over his criminal empire to Capone, who was 26 years old at the time. Capone began expanding his activities in smuggling, gambling, and prostitution, taking advantage of the opportunity that all mafia men exploited during that period: prohibition. In 1920, a law was passed prohibiting the consumption and trade of alcohol with the aim of enhancing workers' productivity in factories. This law lasted until 1933, but during this period, Italian mafias became active in importing alcohol and selling it secretly at very high prices. Al Capone built himself an enormous fortune difficult to estimate, but he also created a double public image: a fearsome, violent criminal and a respectable man involved in charity work. His name is linked to many criminal acts, the most notable being the infamous St. Valentine's Day massacre, where he had 7 members of the rival North Side gang killed. This incident prompted federal law enforcement to seriously seek his arrest. On the other hand, Al Capone funded many charitable works to help the poor, especially within the Italian community, and particularly during the Great Depression that struck the United States. Scarface's cunning baffled federal law enforcement, preventing them from proving any criminal charges against him. The only charge they managed to secure after years of investigation was tax evasion, for which he was sentenced to 11 years in Alcatraz, one of the most notorious prisons in the world. Al Capone's health began to deteriorate after he contracted syphilis, which led him to withdraw from the criminal world and live a quiet life until his death in 1947. The character of Al Capone has inspired many literary and cinematic works, the most famous being the film Scarface. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, leave us a like and go watch our other videos.